Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live chat where we are discussing the We Love Socks Along. That is the make along that we are hosting in February this year, and you are able to either knit or crochet socks. Some people are even using looms. I saw in our community group, and I'm so happy to be here with you this morning and spend some time with you. And hopefully there will be people joining us. I don't know. And it was a little bit of a short notice today. All righty. How is everyone doing? I see Lynn is joining us. Yay. Yes, it's been a little bit of a rough week. But I'm here. I'm here. I see Lynn is still joining. Hi, Lynn.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I love
Trying
your.
to talk to me.
It's very hot there.
It is, but it's also okay. Today is not so windy, but in the week, oh my word! I thought I was going to get blown away to sea. I don't know.
Oh, shame. Hello, Yvette. She says hi all. Maggie says hi, Jalene. Ek het die eerste paar klaar besig met nommer 2. So she's done the first pair of socks done. That's amazing, Maggie, and she's busy with sock set number 2. That's so cool. Wow. All right. So how's the knitting going or the crocheting going?
I am knitting. So I think I showed you this last week. This was my vanilla socks. So I think I told you I took the opportunity for our February's make along to actually write up the recipe for my vanilla socks, the way that I like to do socks. So I got it all camera ready yesterday because I think last week it wasn't even blocked properly. So yes, I do block my socks, I know, and not on my feet. So so, so this was this is my vanilla socks. I haven't prepared the pattern yet for release, but I will. I actually am thinking with this pattern to do a second set that shows the contrast heel cuff and toe. So this will be like a 2-for-1 kind of pattern where you get plain vanilla socks, but you also get the pattern as to how I do the contrast sections. So I'm still toying with that idea. So this one might take a little bit long, but then the one I'm excited about is my shoreline socks. Oh. So if you remember last week, I showed you the yarn that I was going to use from Cargo Blues, and I was really struggling with. So there were 5 colors. So it was the Maria Makeba, which is sandy color, and then there was camel, and then the 2 like sort of ocean colors. But the camel just wasn't doing it for me. I kept on having to undo my work and whatever. It wasn't fading properly. It wasn't doing anything. So I took it out. I just eliminated the color. And so I used the Maria Makeba here.
Oh, wow.
And then I faded. It was the first time I ever did a fade. I faded in the natural somewhere over here, a 13-row fade.
Yeah.
Then that natural became this wave that's, I'm trying to go closer to the camera, but it's going to blur. So it became this wave over there. Sorry?
Try to keep it in front of your face because it's like blurring because of the, there we go. There we go.
Okay, got it? Okay, so you've got the wave over there. And then this color is Camps Bay, and then another wave, and then this goes to Cape Storm for the rest of the sock.
Oh, wow.
So basically your shoreline starts sort of from there, your sand, exactly like you would see it. And I'm just so pleased about this one because this Maria Makeba and the natural it's a perfect sand combination. So and then the other thing that I did was, I mean, this is actually such an easy sock for if you're new to color work or if you're new to fading, because it's cuffed down, and you do the fade over here, And then there's about, I mean, in total, there's about 5 seconds worth of color work in the sock because there's only color work here and there. Everything else is just a knit. So
I love your wording, your use of words. 5 seconds of color work. That's so funny.
What I did was I did my color work with a 2.75. So I did that whole leg section with a 2.75, but what it did was it gave me a slouchy sock because there's such a little bit of color work in it. So it gave me a nice slouchy sock, which is nice for boots and things like that. I'm going to do it a second time, another pair, and do it with a 2 and keep the 2.25 going as if it's a vanilla sock because of the very little color work, and just see what that does to the leg.
That's
I think it will work.
Surprise.
Yeah. So so this one I'm actually looking to release probably. I'm about 3/4 way with the second one on the foot. So I'm looking to release this pattern in the week. And then people can enjoy that. So yeah.
Oh, awesomeness. Suzette says morning to all. Hallo Suzette. Maggie says hi Lynn, is goed om jou weer te sien, says Maggie.
Sorry, I'm just putting the fan on.
I see Tracy is also joining us. Hello Miranda. She says, yeah, so that is awesome. Welcome everyone. For those that is joining us on the YouTube live chat, and then also for Lynn and Tracy that's also joining us in the Zoom. If you are watching and you still want to join on the Zoom, even if we're halfway through the live, you're very welcome to do so. Yes, but this week has been a little bit of a rough one. I've been unwell, and therefore we did not have the live on Wednesday night, and I've a little bit missing in action on socials, and connecting with people was not easy this week. So yeah, but we are here today, so I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to show you some progress. And there's been a few days that I really did not knit at all because I just, you know, did not have the stamina or the, I don't know, the energy maybe rather to do that. But I want to show you, I'm just looking for all the things in my bags. Yeah, maybe before I show you, let me ask Tracy to show us her progress. Tracy, hello Tracy, you're very welcome. And Tracy, you must just unmute.
I just want to close the window behind me.
No worries, we'll wait for you. Thanks, Tracy. All right, I am so excited. We're expecting some rain this week in the Free State, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to some rain and hopefully a little bit of cooler weather also. I've come to the point where I'm now really over summer now. I'm like ready for winter to approach.
Yeah, you and me both.
All right. Ooh.
Okay, so this is the first sock that I've finished. I'd started it.
Oh wow.
It's a Spooky Socks. It was the Black Cat Dye Works Halloween set.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. The color work was quite a learning curve for me because I have done color work, but never on socks before. So I'm on number 2.
Oh wow, Tracy.
Yeah, and then I'm also busy with this one, which I've just turned the heel.
Oh, love those colors.
Yeah. It's lovely, isn't it? It's very
what yarn is that?
Yeah, it's Lang.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's a Lang socks yarn. Socks yarn. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's my progress so far. Also, this week was a bit difficult for me with work and yeah. So, but I'm happy to have this session.
Oh, I'm
So
so
this is
happy.
here.
It's lovely to
Yeah.
have you. That first colorwork sock, Tracy.
Yes.
What is the pattern name for that sock?
It is, hold on. It's the Season of the Witch Socks
Oh, Season
by
of the Witch.
Charlotte Stone. It's stone knits.
Oh, yeah, stone
Yeah.
knits. I have those socks also. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But there's two. The other one is ghosts in a little you know, the ghosts are in the white, and then there's the
Yeah.
variegated background. But that one looks like a lot of hard work because the ghosts are right throughout. So I'm just sticking,
Yeah, we
sticking
choose
with
our
the one that's just got to cut.
we choose our battles, right? We want to enjoy the knitting meditation of the meditative knitting of socks, like vanilla socks.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's the
absolutely.
best of both worlds. A little bit of color work
Yes.
and then
Relax and then color work at the end. Yeah,
yes. Okay, so wait.
that's it.
Are you those stone knit socks? Are they worked toe up or cuff down?
Cuff down.
Okay, cool. All right,
Yeah.
interesting. Oh wow.
The only toe up sock I've done is I did that Anna and Carla stocking, but otherwise I've never done a toe up sock before.
Yeah, I've also only done one toe up from one of the patterns of Andrea Mowry.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
I think I said already in one of my lives, those ones were the actual ones was giving me problems last year. I had a hole at the toe area. And it's almost like I'm convinced it has something to do with the toe up, which I don't think it does. But it was just interesting that was the socks that is having problems. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have enough information to make a conclusion on that one. The data is limited.
Yeah.
No, but it's lovely having you.
Thank you.
Tracy, love your color of your socks. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I love that you actually are able to use your Halloween sock set from Black Eyed Dye Works for this pattern. That's quite cool.
Yes, well, it was obviously specially dyed for it, I'm assuming. So yeah, but it just took me a long time to get started because obviously it came out at Halloween and I only started doing it this year. So,
yeah, but that's a joy.
It'll be ready for next year.
Yeah, we can use our yarns, whatever, whenever we want. No. That is the beauty.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So you're gonna have, so your plan is then for the sock along, not that we have for those that's maybe watching, and if you're watching this afterwards, there's no rules for the sock along in terms of you have to have finished objects by the end of February.
Yeah.
But my plan was to have at least 3 sock sets done, pairs of socks done. So do you have a plan like that, Tracy?
I would like to definitely finish this one and hopefully finish the colorwork sock. That one obviously takes a little bit longer too. But once you pass the colorwork, it's quick. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then
so I'd like to finish both.
Okay, so you're going to have 2 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. And Lynn, do you have any plans for the sock along?
I have, like I showed you, I've got one set done, another one nearly done. And then I actually am wanting to this weekend cast on one of your designs, which is Diamonds in the Rough.
Oh, wow.
So I actually chose my yarn last night. So that's going to be my yarn.
Wow.
But the shoreline socks, I actually have to make, like I said earlier, I've got to make it twice because actually the one set's going to go to the Cowboy Blue studio in Cape Town. And then, so I have to do that first, and then, but I want to cast on, but this is going to be for me.
Oh.
So, because I think when we chatted the other day, I told you I made a decision because I just don't ever get to make anything for myself. It's always about designing. So as of this weekend, I decided every weekend is going to be dedicated to making something, to working on something for myself. So when this live is done, I'm actually going to cast on, your diamonds and rough socks, and that's going to for me.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of my plan at the moment, for the socks. Yeah.
Yeah. That is awesome. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna end up like. And that yarn color is gorgeous.
Yeah, I actually took my inspiration from one of the pics you have in the pattern. So not the front pic, not the brown version. You have a turquoise version. I think it's on page. It's on one of the pages in the pattern where you just have a photograph, where you used clearly a speckled yarn and a solid.
Yeah.
And I still had this left over. I think this is the Naughty Habit Kaiso base, and it's from one of her boxes of last year. So I still had of that. So I thought, okay, my color.
Okay, Maggie says, my nummer 2 sock. My number 2 sock is original heel and socks. Ek hou van jou sock 1. Ek moet nou nog net leer om in colorwork te doen wanneer ek sokkies brei. So Maggie, she's done original heel and socks, and she loves sock 1. I think it's for Tracy, the colorwork. She just needs to still learn how to actually do colorwork in socks. But it's not that difficult. If you can do normal colorwork, Maggie, you can definitely do colorwork in socks. Sorry, I have an irritation in my left eye. I don't know what's going on now. It's very annoying. All right, but let me show you then my socks. Alrighty. The first sock that I casted on is the Border Collie socks, and I'm looking for the pattern, and it's lying just in front of me. Which was gifted to me by Susanna, and oh my goodness, it's such a cute pattern. So let me show you the pattern. Border Collie socks, look at that. Isn't that so cute? All right, so you can basically say I'm done with the first pair of socks. Not the first pair, the first sock. And I just need to still do the afterthought heel. So it's looking like this. It still needs to be blocked. It's so cute. It's so cute. But there's a little bit, I think there's a little bit of tension issues because I was going like, wait, let me show you. Like I've already started my second sock. Janet is also joining us, I see. So I currently am knitting like this, but there was some stage where I flipped my work inside out to have the yarn run like this, right? So I would be knitting with the work inside out to have the floats on the outside to make sure that there is enough stretch of floats so that the work doesn't like stitch in. And you can see it clearly where I actually did that type of knitting. So this was normal knitting, and you can see there's a bump here. This was when I was actually flipping my work inside out. So for people that has a tight tension or a gauge and they're struggling to manage floats, that would be maybe a good method for you, but it's not really working for me because I'm already a very loose knit. And so yeah, so it's interesting. I was really playing, but I have to say that this is really a lovely sock. This patterning over here, this big digital or big, how can I say, you know, features, if I can say it like that. There is long stretches of long floats, and this is not a this patterning here is very easy because it's like continuously throughout the row. There's a pattern, 3 white, 2 black, whatever, and it's continuous. But this section of where you have this the border collie, that one, there's long floats, and you have to, every row there's no like rhythm in the color work, so you have to count and you have to focus, and there's long floats. So this took a lot of time to actually knit. And then once you get here, this is my extra yarns that I've put in for the afterthought heel, and there is the toe. So that is the whole, and you can clearly see I've knitted this. She actually recommends a 3mm knitting needle for the kind of work. I've used 2.75, and then you go over to 2.25mm needle. You can clearly see the difference, right?
Yeah.
So that is the Border Collie sock. So I've cast it on. So I still need to do the heel on that one. And then I have to now start with the Border Collie face and paws, the big digital, where I need to focus on this one. All right, then my second pair of socks that I want to do, oh goodness, guys, I think I need a sock blocker. I'm gonna grab that just now. The second one I have is the Good Run socks. And let me tell you, I am truly excited about the socks. This socks, you are working it in the round from top to bottom. There's no leaving half of the stitches, and then you continue on the heel flap and the gusset and the heel turn. There's no such thing. You work from top to bottom, all the stitches, all the time. And I have been fitting it on my foot. I've not been wearing it per se. It will get worn. I'm not done with the set anyway. But let me quickly grab my sock blockers. I want to show you the fit. It's really, really, really nice. And I will knit definitely more of this socks. So this yarn is the special made by Jalene sock along sock set that was in collaboration with Teresa Yarn Creations. I love how this color came out. And so look at this. This is extra stitches used in this area to make space for the heel. Some ribbing stitches to make sure that it grabs around the foot. That's the other side. And I'm really loving it. It really fits also very, very nicely on my foot. Wait, we can try that. I can try to be an acrobat on the channel. Hold on. Let's see if it's going to work. Like, it's so funny. Okay, there's my foot. So it's really, really, really nice. It's really fitting very nicely. I'm really excited. I know somebody else in the group has also been knitting this. I'm actually wondering their feedback on this as well. So very, very nice. I started with my second one. And then if we have time, a little bit later after we spoke to Janet, and I think somebody else also joined us, then I will show you my yarn for my next sock set.
Yeah. Does that sock, does the entire pattern use 2.25, or do you change needles?
2.25 all the way.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very nice pattern. Love it. Hello, Janet. All right, while we're waiting for Janet, let's quickly look at
I found it.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
That's good. Sorry I'm late. I had a call from my son, so we had to chat.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, let me quickly do some comments, and then we're gonna let Janet shows us her progress. Suzette says, my plans are 3 pairs, hopefully. Number 1 was the Cupid Arrow Test knit, and number 2 was my daughter's Turkish Delight socks. Oh wow, I love Turkish Delight. And number 3, hopped on the needles yesterday with all my smaller amounts of sock yarn. Oh, that's awesome. Jalene, admire your color work. Your border collie socks is so beautiful. Thank you, Suzette. And Judith, hello, Judith. Oh, it's so good seeing you. I hope you're well. Work the sock inside out. The floats run around the outside of the sock, makes a huge difference to the tightness of the floats. Yes, that's exactly what I did on my border collie socks. And you can actually see where I've actually did that. I don't know if you can see. This area over here was where I was knitting like that. But I'm a very loose knitter. So for me, it actually doesn't work as well because I do manage my floats well. Okay, well, let's see if I blocked it when I blocked this socks, how it worked out. But mostly I can manage my socks, my floats well. But if you are a person and a knitter that is struggling, this is definitely the way to do it. Thanks, Judith. Miranda says, wow, love the border collie socks. Isn't it pretty? And Suzette says, the pattern for the Good Run socks is printed out, and I think that's the next cast on. Yes, I can highly recommend that pattern. And it might become my new favorite pattern to knit socks with because it's such an easy knit, actually. All right, Janet, I think you need to tell us and show us your sock.
Okay, I just want gallery view so I can see you all. I finished, this pair was a whip before your not February sock-along started. So I was finished one, so I finished the other one, and they were just scrappy socks. I was actually waiting for the lady from Tasmania to send me the February sock, it's monthly sock-along or something that I joined, and she finally did. And so I've done her February sock.
Oh, wow.
Very, very simple. Just she's got a bit of texture here. It's your pearl stitches.
Oh, wow.
And then just the ribbing down. They feel pretty good.
It's beautiful. It gives me 80 vibes.
That's what she was saying. And you know, kind of with these sock clubs that you join, you never know what socks you're going to, fabric you're going to get, or you know, yarn you're going to get. And I would never put these colors together. So it kind of puts you out of your comfort zone.
Oh, God.
Which is not.
How does it work, Janet? Do you get a sock pattern together with a sock yarns?
Yep.
Oh.
So you get a card introducing the designer.
Mm-hmm.
You get the pattern, which is only released a month away. So I kind of got a feeling that each one is we sort of test knitting, and then it gets released, and then we can download it. So I'm not quite sure why it takes its time, or if with Ravelry, there's something to do with Ravelry that they that it's got to be, I don't know, she tried to explain it, that it can't be released when the socks along is going on if it's coming from, you know, like set designers or something. I didn't quite understand that, but anyway.
So you're using different designers all the time?
Yeah, so last month was a designer called Sana and Co. And this one is a name by the name of Karen, what's her name? Karen Martin. And then she works in collaboration with the lady who does the socks, which is Sarah from Bombed Yarn. And then the designer decides on the colors and how she wants the sock to be. Mm-hmm. So this was her colors, and that's what she wanted to do. And you get like a picture of her sock, and you know, her face, and so I just keep it all together, and then when it's released on Ravelry, I will download it. But you actually get a printable pattern. So it's quite nice. You meet these different designers from all over Australia. I think they're Australian, most of them, or New Zealand. Tassie, I'm not quite sure. So that's that one. I'm just casting on the second one. And this was the one I was busy with last.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the Summer Lee Colorwork Cuff Club
oh, that is so pretty.
for February. But I think I'm like you. I think I need to go down to 2.5. I find it a little bit too loose.
Yeah. Are you a loose knitter?
Not really. My gauge is nine stitches and 13 rows to the inch.
Okay.
So I'm quite fine. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
I'm quite fine, but maybe I kind of consciously somehow just go a lot looser on the but yeah, so but it feels good. But I also did the large because these are probably going to send away. The other thing I noticed for the first time, just don't know why it worked out like that. My one sock is slightly smaller than the second sock.
Did you compare the gauge on both those legs or the foot rather?
Yeah.
Is
and
it
I kind of feeling it kind of feels maybe it's like 8.5 or something. I don't know. It's literally 2 millimeters.
But you know, sometimes I've come to realize that if I would be relaxed and happy, I would have my normal tension. And then when I'm frustrated or worked up because of work or whatever the case might be, irritable, my tension becomes more constricted. Like my tension is definitely suffering.
My first one is tighter than my second one. And I'm wondering if it's because you're nervous and you're trying to get the first one, done properly. And the second one, you go, I know what I'm doing. And you just.
Yeah, it's interesting. Is it the first time with your sock knitting that you're experiencing that difference?
Yeah. Yeah, because these two are exactly the same.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I love those colors.
There's not a millimeter difference in anything.
Wow.
So I don't know. But anyway, maybe I was a little bit more, as you say, a little bit more stressed out with the first one.
I didn't realize. I actually want to push this over this side of the sock set and sock block and see if I can just check my color work. Oh no, I cannot. Oh joy, let me cut this string. Then I can actually do it. I've got a string that's standing in my way. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'll have to use my large blockers, which I don't know even where they are.
How many stitches do you have on there, Jalene?
So, if memory serves me well, you start with, I'm going to totally lie now. Hold on. I know you increase at one point, and then you decrease for the foot again, but already the sizing of the leg, yes. I started with 72 stitches because I'm knitting a size 2 from the pattern. And then you increase somewhere, I think. No, I'm totally lying.
I know Charlotte Stone does 60. I think sometimes she does if she does the 64 stitches, she starts off with 63. Then she increases and then she goes back down, or sometimes they change depending on the type of ribbing that they're doing.
Yes. You knit with 72 stitches, right? Up until you get to your foot size. And then you do basically just after the color work, after the heel, you do a reducing of stitches. And then it becomes 68 stitches for the foot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and the foot also, maybe I didn't show the front the other when I was showing earlier, it's like almost like a ripped on the top, and then normal stockinette on the foot size on the bottom. But it also you reduce stitches as well.
And there's a definite difference if you're doing a rib all the way down. Even this is a 3x1 rib across here.
Yeah.
And this is a 2x2 rib across here.
Yes,
It
like this one.
definitely stretches more. And I also think because you're constantly bringing your wool forward every 2 stitches for the purl stitches, there is a slight looseness. It does sort of probably extend your gauge. Maybe it's only 8 stitches instead of 9 stitches, or your gauge is less.
So, okay, so this is now very technical. Do you do English style knitting or continental knitting?
English.
So you're a thrower.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to show you quickly. I don't know how to do that in throwing, so bear with me.
No, that's okay.
Normally when I do a pull stitch, right?
Yeah.
I bring my, oh my goodness, how am I going to show you? I bring
It's all
my
right.
yarn
Okay.
front,
Yeah.
and my needle goes, wait, I go into my stitch and my needle goes above my needle, and I pull it out for a pull, right? But I've also saw techniques where you can actually put your needle in, take your yarn and do the yarn over, or the yarn under the needle and bring it out under the stitch. And that should actually have like a lesser distance, if I can almost say, of the yarn, and have a more tighter stitch. So maybe just play with that in your throwing style. Okay, wait, let me try to do that.
Yeah, there is something. So I watched someone that you put it, instead of doing it over, you put it under.
Yes. So that's exactly. I was just, so instead of throwing it over the needle, and do your pull stitch, throw
under
the needle, underneath, and do the pull stitch. Then you will have a tighter pulling stitch.
Yes, I've actually got one right here, and I can actually see it makes a difference. So you go over, you've probably got 1, 2, 3, 5 millimeters of yarn going before you pull it through. And if you go under, you've actually only got probably 2 mils.
Yes, you're definitely reducing the yarn usage there. So
yes,
for one stitch, it might not make a big difference, but when you're having 64 stitches and half of those are pull stitches, then it makes a difference.
Yeah.
The only thing that I need to mention is that in the next round that you're going to knit, your stitch will look differently on the needle, right? So normally when you look at your needle like this, right?
Yeah.
Your right leg of your stitch, this side, is on the front, right? When you are doing that method where you are throwing the yarn underneath the needle in your pull stitch, the stitch will look like this. So I hope you can see. The right leg will be at the back of the needle.
So it's almost like when you're doing the back of the stitch in the knitting stitches.
Yes, so then you have
in the back of the loop.
You have to work in that back leg, the first leg, but which is now on the back. That is just what you need to remember. So for those that's watching, that is how you will then deal with that stitch.
Okay. Yeah.
But that might help with your issue about the ribbing being too loose, maybe, for the pull stitch.
I don't find it too loose, but I find I have to go, if I'm doing stocking knit feet, like the whole foot is stocking knit, I find the 72 stitches fit around my foot better. When I'm doing the purls, the rib, I find the 64 fits better. But at the moment, I'm just knitting willy-nilly for all the South African family and friends, so they can sort out what fits them better.
I can make the decision there. Oh, that's awesome. Judith says, lots of injuries and illness when I was on holiday. Oh, Judith, I was worried about you. But I hope that you're safely back in Australia. She says, manage 1 pair of socks on the trip back. Oh, Judith, I'm so sorry that it was actually a difficult holiday. Judith was also here in Bloemfontein, but she was sick. I couldn't manage to see her. and she actually traveled to her next destination sick. And I hope you're feeling better now, Judith. I hope you're okay and that you're well. Marikan says, hi everyone. Hi everyone. Happy to be here despite being late. Oh, you're very welcome, Marikan. I'm happy that you're here enjoying this sock talk. Yeah, so we actually became very technical today with talking about how you can do pull stitches and all the things. It was a very interesting talk thus far with regards to socks. I love that.
Yeah, there is a lot of technique, and as they say, all these sock gurus, they all say that you only really are a good sock knitter once you've knit about 100 or 200 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
Because you just see how different each pair can be, and like your gauge can change if you like sort of a bit more sort of nervous about color work, or or you just trying to get it right. There's so much to learn, and then there's different ways you stick your needle in.
Yeah, exactly.
I have been trying the two when I'm doing the color work, but I keep losing it over this left finger. Sorry about the aeroplane. Do you want me to mute it?
No worries. It would be interesting to maybe know, do you know, for those also watching, how many pairs of socks you've knitted? Let me see how many pairs.
Since you started, or just this year?
No, since you started knitting socks, how many pairs of socks have you knitted thus far?
I'll have to tell you because I've got 3 of these. See these? 3 of these books full with all my socks.
Wow.
So I put everything in my journal so I can go back, and I did 42 projects in 2024, and I've done 1, 2, I think 5 pairs of socks.
Oh wow.
This year.
This pair is my 33rd pair of socks.
Okay. I will report back on the group when I've
I think we're going to do a poll on the group and see how many pairs of socks you've knitted since you started knitting socks. That would be interesting, because of the comment that you made, when you do 100 or 200, then you can really be regarded as a professional sock knitter, or having maybe a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. And what was so lovely? We went into the city on Wednesday night to meet friends from America for dinner, and we were coming back late on the train, and there was a young girl. She must have been, I don't know, maybe 20, late 20s maybe, and she was sitting on the train knitting a pair of socks out of the most beautiful sort of a lime minty green. And I caught her eye and she smiled at me, and I said, what are you knitting? And she said, her first pair of socks. And she was doing a lacy pattern on them. I was so impressed.
Wow, a lacy. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think sock knitting has become quite a trend around the world.
Definitely, it's really been like that. I've posted a question in the group to say how many pairs of socks have you knitted or crocheted since you started. So I hope now it's throwing away my comments, I think. Okay, wait. Live chat. Oh, I'm getting clever at this story. Heritage Hamster, hello. She says, wow, 100 pairs? I have a long way to go. Maggie says, I have, for the 4 years that I've knitted socks, I've done 64 pairs. That's a good number. Suzette says, my ribbing looks so much neater when I do the pull stitch with the throw the yarn under, and my knit stitches to the back loop. Exactly. That's what we discussed
Suzette.
Minutes ago. Yes, that's a really good way to handle those pull stitches in your ribbing, for sure. Yeah, so it would be interesting, Lynn. I'm gonna now unspotlight both of us, and then I want to know from Lynn and Tracy, How many pairs of socks have you knit? I see Lynn is counting. Tracy?
I'm a newbie, so I only started in September last year. I went to a class, and I've only completed 2 pairs. So the colorwork sock was my 3rd pair.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was very brave, but I'm actually hooked. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's a serious rabbit hole. Sock knitting.
The thing is, in Durban also, you don't need blankets and shawls and jerseys and, so how many, I mean, I've knitted like 3 or 4 shawls and I wear them once a year and then I want to wear all of them at once. So, no, so you can wear them.
What do they call that fashion where you like have multi-layered things over? Then it's like that for us in winter, because we don't have like serious winter here in South Africa. So when it's that one day, it's almost like you want to throw like all your everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have to say,
you always need them. I can have as many pairs as I want. I can give as many pairs as I want. I wear them every day for work. So, yeah, why not?
I even wear my shorty pairs of knitted socks in summertime when I'm having my my sneakers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, okay. And isn't it hot though?
No, because remember, when you're having natural yarns, that you it's supposed to be breathing. And so you can wear it in summertime.
Yeah.
Yes.
I must try that.
Yes, for sure. Lynn, how many pairs have you knit? I see you've done your calculations.
Yeah, I had to actually go to my Instagram to check. So I am currently on my 27th pair, and I started in February last year.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but as you said, it's a serious rabbit hole. So, yeah, it's a very real addiction.
I think also because it's actually really practical, because you get to wear it really, and it's a great gift for friends, because I love my merino socks, and but also it's such a great project to take on the go. So I think
I don't really take them on the go because just because, but I find it's a it's about quick wins. It's actually, especially vanilla socks. I mean, it's so, once you know it, it's quick and easy to make, and in between bigger projects, it's just one of those things. It's quick wins, and yes, it's practical. The only thing is, though, my family realized that I can make socks. So now, I have a long list of orders. I mean, there's some of my designs that before I published it, I've actually knitted it 4 or 5 times. In every possible size, even though it's not actually required. Because they see me make it, and then, please can I have a pair? So, yeah.
I think that also the thing about sock knitting is it's such a small project that it's really giving you the satisfaction. You start the sock, and it's not a sweater where it takes a long time to knit. So you have the gratification of having a finished project, which is usable and beautiful and whatever. And the advantage also of socks is when you do kind of work on socks, it's a small project to start with, to practice your skills and have a finished object relatively quickly. So that's the beauty of socks, for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I love
it. Wait. Heritage Hamster says, I have completed 3 pairs and started 3 pairs, but didn't get much further than the ribbing. You can do it. We are rooting for you. You can do it. Janine says, hello, Janine. I've completed 4 pairs of socks and I have 3 half pairs chilling. Maximalism, she says. Oh, that's funny. we need those 3 pairs of chilling to become unchilled now. Jalene, you need to complete those ones. Miranda says, I've not counted the pairs of socks yet. I think I've made 10 since I started in August 2023. Oh, awesome. Suzette says, sock knitting is a wonderful skill. 100 pairs, still a long way to go. I've knit now for 5 years. Oh, wow. Jalene says, I happen to enjoy dyeing sock kits as much as I like knitting socks. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah, you see, that is why those 3 pairs of socks are chilling. Hello, Rosemary. She says, hello all. Sorry I'm late. You're not late. You're just in time to catch us all. Suzette says, knitted socks are my son's to go to wear as well as my husband's. They wear it summer and winter. The best gift ever. I agree on the Go project. Always a pair in a small project bag. Yes, definitely. It's really lovely when you have your loved ones really loving those socks. That I think is part of the satisfaction, and they actually wear it and they like freaking out because it's the best that they've worn. I love that feedback. Rosemary says, I've knitted 10 pairs of socks in 2 years. Well done, Rosemary. I remember when Rosemary also started knitting socks, she was really scared of the process. So I'm so proud of you, Rosemary, for already have done 10 pairs. That is just wonderful. Suzette says, busy with pair number 6 for this year. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I want to show you quickly my yarn for my 3rd pair of socks when I'm done with these.
Jalene, I've just counted.
Yes.
And 55 pairs in the 2 years.
Oh, wow.
But then I've only done a couple of like Stephen West shawls and jumpers and hats and mittens in between. I haven't done any like, you know, summer tees and other jumpers that you've done.
Wow, that's amazing. 55. That's a good number, Janet.
So still a way to go before I hit 100.
Yeah. I think somebody that is really, I don't think Juanita is on the Zoom now or on the live chat rather. But Juanita, I know she also counts her pairs of socks, and she probably is closing in on the 100 mark, 100 pairs of socks. Juanita. All right. Janine says, Jalene, the worst part is my favorite ever pair, Mystic Wave socks in my colorway, Night Court, at part of the 3 pairs chilling. I'll have to finish them first. Oh my goodness. I promise I'll finish them, she says. That is funny. So the 3rd pair of socks that I'm going to knit will be shorty socks. And I actually need my phone. There's my phone because I want to just get the pattern name right. So in December month, we have done the Hidden Gems shawl by Lindsay Wong. She's got a website called Artifacts of Appreciation. So that pattern is a free pattern on her website. Artifacts. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the there we go. Got it. Maybe I can show you on screen. Why am I trying to show you on my phone? Hold up. Let me just quickly get that website and then I can share my screen with you. There we go. So she's got a shorty sock recipe on her website, which is free. And I'm going to be making that sock. My poor PC is working hard. All right, let me just get to that. All right, let me quickly share my screen. Right, so here is Artifacts of Appreciation.com. And when you go to her drop-down menu list, you'll see there's the shorty sock recipe. There's also the Hidden Gems shawl recipe. She's got some videos, but here is the shorty sock recipe. on her website. These are notes from my first attempt at knitting shorty socks, a size U8, size 8.5 US woman number. 75 grams of sport weight yarn, 2mm needles. This is not a pattern, but it will still give you a good idea of how I make my socks. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. So when you go down, the second page of this is the recipe. And you cast on 52 stitches. Remember, I think she's using a sport weight yarn, so I will have to maybe do some adjustments. But yeah, so I'm going to try to use this pattern for my sock knitting. So there's 3 pages on here to give you the pattern. So go to a website to go get the pattern if you're interested. And let me show you the yarn that I want to use. This is a Kaizo set from Naughty Habit. And I'm in love with these colors. So this will be my 3rd pair of socks. I just hope that I'll be able to start them and finish them within February. We'll see if I will be able to get that right. But very excited about that as well. Janine says, socks are too easy to start. My excuse is testing colors, and shorty socks are probably my favorite type of socks to knit. Mama Black Cat is on a 2nd ever pair, and she's obsessed now. Yeah, it's such a great obsession, going through the sock knitting rabbit hole. It's really a lovely item to knit, for sure.
Jalene, have you seen Summer Lee has just released a shorty set of the socks that hug you around the instep, and her shorty pattern looks really good, but of course that's a paid pattern, but they're very interesting.
I saw that this morning. I was looking at it. Sorry, I'm trying to get to that website here. I actually have it open on my phone. It's a 3-in-1 pattern. Is it the Comfort Core sock set that you're talking about that you just released?
Yeah.
Comfort Core sock set. And it has this structure in the middle of your foot, hugging your foot. And she says actually in her description that the Comfort Core socks feature a foot design modeled after my favorite Nike athletic socks. The squishy texture and arch support band make these socks perfect for walking, long days at work, or other adventurous activities. The sock set includes instructions for 3 different socks. Best of all, you can plug in the Comfort Core foot to just about any other sock pattern, giving you a comfy support for your feet on all your hand knit socks. So it has this, you know, these athletic socks where it's having like a grip around your foot. It has that type of feature built in this pattern. So I saw that, and yeah, it looks really lovely. She's also a great pattern designer. So that is Summer with a Comfort Core sock set.
Yeah, I want to download that pattern, and I want to give it a try.
It's $5. I mean, it's really not expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know, you were talking about summer. When I went to Europe a couple of years ago, I took sandals, and I never wore a single pair of the sandals because a lot of the places have those little cobblestone, and it's so difficult walking in sandals. So the other times I've been over to visit my son, I've just taken sneakers. And I really like the shorty socks because it's summer and they just peep out over the sneakers. And I can go a whole day without my feet getting hot in the sneakers and the socks.
Yes, for sure.
That's what I want to do now, is get some prepared for me for Europe walking.
And I mean, merino or natural yarns is perfect because it is controlling moisture. It's controlling heat and all of those things. That is why natural yarns, especially when you're knitting socks, is really, really beneficial. Yes, it can have a little bit of nylon for strengthening, but the most percentage is going to natural yarns. That is
Earth Tones Girl, it's my most, sorry, my husband's now making annoyed. The Earth Toned Girl has a great recipe. So she does 10 rounds of 10 rounds of garter stitch across the rib. So there's no ribbing. It's just 10 rounds of garter stitch. Then she does 10 rounds of stocking stitch. Then she does the heel flap and gusset. And then she does the rest of the foot. Those socks I have worn to death and they never slip down. And I'm wondering if it's because of that 10 rows of garter stitch. It's kind of got that thicker, more squishy
fabric
thing, and it holds on my ankles.
That's
so I'm
right.
going to make another pair of those, plus I'm going to try a pair of Summer Lee's design that she's just released.
Wow. Yeah, I'm really looking, I want to, somebody, who was it? Somebody was knitting, oh, wait, it was, Benita, I think, on the group. Benita was knitting that pair of ribbing where it's like staggered around. So it's just a tube. It's almost like this good run socks. You knit from top to bottom, but you the ribbing is moving like offset. And that creates a tube that can actually fit around your foot. And you don't have to have a heel flap and a gusset and a heel turn. And that is also I still want to knit those type of socks as well. Okay. It's interesting, the fabric that you knit, it creates different uses or how it can actually be utilized in such a way that you can just do that and have a sock. It's really unbelievable. Just the fabric we create with the different stitches. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's lovely, and it's easy to travel while you're in the car.
Exactly. Definitely. I'm missing. Maggie says, my man het sy socks gedra tot met sy dood en my seuns geniet om hulle socks te dra. So her husband, up until he passed away, sorry Maggie, I'm so sorry to hear that. And her sons are loving to wear the socks that she knits them. Rosemary says, love that yarn, Jalene. Yes, it's pretty, isn't it? I love it. Janine says, oh, my absolute favorite pattern that I constantly use is the Summer Lee shorty sock. I think it's the weekend shorty socks. Yes, she's brilliant with her designs. She says, my first thought was the arch support on the Volker socks, my absolute favorite. General store bought socks. Yes, it's exactly that type of look, right? The Volker socks. It's a commercially socks that you can buy. Suzette says that Kaiser said, y'all, knit me. I've done my Cupido Auto set test knit in almost the same Kaiser set, and it's knit so beautiful. Oh, I saw those socks, Suzette. It's beautiful. Janine says, I'll need to grab that pattern. I need to knit more shorties for my trip to the Netherlands. Oh, wow, Janine, that sounds lovely. When are you going to the Netherlands? You can almost hook up with Miranda. Rosemary says, I wear my knitted socks and my sneakers every day. I love them. Yes, it's great. Suzette says, all my socks are knitted with natural yarns, mostly merino. My foot problems are in the past. Wow, that is a great testament about the functionality and the benefits of actually wearing natural yarns or natural fibers together with your foot. Lady's having questions. It's like I can see the question mark on your face. It's like,
I know, I have a very transparent face. Just yeah. Sometimes I need to shut my mouth, but my face speaks all my words.
I have no problem.
I was just interested in the comment you just read about yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'm mean, I don't want to put Suzette on the spot, and only if she is willing to maybe expand on what she experienced. But you don't have to, Suzette, at all. But it's just interesting. It was really it's an interesting comment to hear that she's been struggling with issues, and since she's been wearing natural fibers against her foot, it's been sorted out.
Yeah, that's very. I mean, it's an incredible testament for natural fibers, or garments made with natural fibers, especially the feet.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Jalene says going to stay with hubby for 3 months, possibly in the current planning for September. Oh wow! So I assume that he's probably working in the Netherlands. That's what I read between the lines, something like that. All right. Yeah. No, it's amazing. I mean, that is really a big testament for natural fibers, and wow, I'm actually blown away by that comment, to be honest. Yeah. All right. So I cannot believe that we are basically in half of the month, halfway through the make along. It's soon. Then February is also going to be gone. It's just unbelievable how time flies. And yeah, I really want to be able to finish at least these 2 pairs of socks, which I think I will be able to, but really start on the shorty sock and do that as well. So yeah, that's amazing.
Jalene, what are you doing next month? I can't remember.
We are having wait, I just want to get the name right. Hold on. Let me just quickly look at my planning. Anything Goes Crochet Along. I'm really excited about that one. I already bought my 2 patterns. I'm really excited to crochet next month. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So
I miss a bit of crochet. I think I also need to get going with something different for a change.
In fact, nice. March is actually crochet month. So that's why I scheduled that crochet along for March. So it's to celebrate crochet and crochet month. And yeah, I'm really excited. So I will tell you all about that. I'm so excited about my patterns. Oh my goodness. I'll be crocheting one big South African crochet designer, an interesting pattern, and then hopefully this will, the second pattern will hopefully cover this space over here. Yes, Lynn, it's the pattern that you suggested to me like months ago. So I'm excited. I'm excited to do that. And so yeah, I'm excited about the crochet along. Really excited. Janine says it happens to be that merino socks are actually brilliant for diabetics, sensitive skin, for diabetics and sensitive skin, and like compression. Hubby is type 1. Hubby is from the Netherlands, and we are prepping for me to move. Oh wow, Janine. Dad is pre-diabetic, and I swapped over to merino socks completely with elastic compression knit in, and it's honestly a game changer. Oh wow, that is quite amazing. That is really, really amazing. Honestly, when I wear socks, I've got shorty socks, my fitness socks, which I wear when I go to exercise, but sometimes I even wear my merino shorty socks. But for the most part, I am only wearing my merino socks. And but that is the reason also why I want to knit more shorty pairs of socks, because I'm in need of more pairs of socks, because as my old shorty fitness socks are dying out, I'm replacing that with my merino socks. And it's interesting. Yes, diabetics needs to look after their feet really, really well. All right. Okay, I think we've come to the end of our live today. Next week, it will be the same time, same place. So next week, 10 o'clock in the morning again. And then we'll hopefully have some, well, we already had some finished sock sets today. But I'm really excited to see how we will, where we'll be next week with our socks and our plans and all of that. And yeah, that would be really interesting. I see Janine says lessens swelling, so minimize swelling. It keeps the skin dry and safe. Yes, and that's what I was saying about moisture control and sweat control and heat control. Your natural fibers really, really step up the game there, where they're really assisting with the breathing, moisture control, sweat, all of that. And that's also why with merino socks, you can wear them like 3 times before you actually put them in a wash. You can wear your socks, hang them out, let them breathe. That's what I do. And it sounds absolutely horrible. If you don't know this, then it sounds like, how can you, that's just gross. So that is the beauty of merino and natural yarn. So I have like 6 pairs of socks, for instance, right? Just as an example. I wear my 1 pair today. I hang them out. I have like a rod. Tomorrow I'm wearing my 2nd pair. I hang them out. So the whole week. Then Monday I start with pair number 1 again. And I wear them 3 weeks like that. So they get worn 3 times. And then I throw all my socks in the wash. And it's not smelling horribly because it's natural fiber. And you can do that. That is the beauty. And it's somebody when I was starting knitting my socks, I was at a holiday destination with my sister-in-law, and the lady that was hosting us is a German lady, and she's like a big knitter. And she's like, because I told her we were driving in the morning very early, and it was in a game drive, and I said to her, oh, you know what? I wore my socks yesterday, my merino socks. I can't wear them tomorrow. And she's like, why do you say that? You can wear them again and again. And so she told me that. And so I can totally give you this recommendation. Do that. Hang them out. You can wear them again. I know it sounds very gross, but trust me on this. Not normal socks, not your board socks, your merino socks. I was now reading halfway. She says, it keeps the skin dry and safe. They are extremely prone to foot injury, causing havoc. That's now for diabetics. Yes, Janine, that's so true. Suzette says, I share with love. I have constant feet pains and winter feet. I work mostly on my feet, and for the past few years, all the commercial socks out of the sock drawers, and I've knitted myself and for my husband. So she's been struggling with feet pains and with winter's feet. And she's constantly on her feet. And since she's been wearing merino socks, she's not been struggling with those things. That's really amazing. Janine says, merino socks solve all the problems, in my opinion, she says. That control is the perk. Exactly, Suzette. Suzette says, we both experienced a big game changer, and my son joined Mom's Sock Club. Oh, I love that. That is such a good word, right? Mom's Sock Club. I do exactly the same, Jalene, says Janine, and we promise that the socks don't stink. Exactly. I'm telling you, take me up on this. It gave me the ick in the beginning. And then I really come to realize, but it's really true. I can wear my socks at least 3 times and then only put it in the wash, my merino socks. The moment that merino dries, they are reset. Exactly. So you please don't put them back in your cupboard, in your drawer, in your sock box or whatever, sock drawer. They have to hang out and breathe. And they are then, like Janine says, reset. All right. So that is, we've done a lot of technical things and tips and tricks and whatever today. That was really been a great YouTube live and session. Thank you so much for everyone that joined and made this so pleasant and lovely. I want to thank also Janet and Tracy and Lynn for joining me on the Zoom, and for everyone that is joining us in the YouTube live. So let's start to say goodbye. Let's start with Janet. So Janet's, the sun has been starting to set that side in Australia.
I know, I'm telling you, I can do those little things, you know.
That is so funny. Oh, Janet.
It's 8:15 and it's getting dark now. So, but it's just been beautiful outside today. We've died of it. The heat has been horrific, and today was just from this evening around about 4 o'clock. It's just been so beautiful, and I thought, now I've got to come and sit outside. But yeah, sorry, I'm still here. And thanks, Jalene. It was lovely. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Janet. Yes, that would be lovely. Enjoy and sleep tight. Tracy?
Thanks.
Thanks, Jalene. It was actually amazing. It's my first one I've joined. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I unfortunately won't be here next week. I'm going to my sock club, but the week after I'll be there.
Oh, wow. Well, lovely.
Oh,
thank you.
And I'm also waiting for the vertices. I think it's the vertices.
Yeah, the vertices. Okay, so maybe for those that's interested, let me quickly have a rundown. I'm going to just do up until June. So in March, we're having the Anything Goes Crochet Along. And then April, it's the Vertices Unite Wilt Knit Along. So we'll do the vertices again. In May, we will do the make-along's name is Let's Shift Knit Along. So the shift of Andrea Mowry. And then in June, we're going to do a colorwork beanie make-along. So colorwork meaning for both crochet as well as knitters in that make-along. Yeah, so that is the plan for this next few months that's coming up. So we'll see each other soon then for the vertices, Tracy.
Definitely. I bought the wool already.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy, for joining. It was lovely having you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jalene. It was great to be on. And I will hopefully be done with this next week, and then I'll be able to show you a completed sock pattern.
Yay. For those, I didn't even say that, but Lynn is the knitting designer that is giving us discounts for the knitting patterns, the sock knitting patterns that she's having. She's got beautiful patterns. You need to go have a look. Lynn Adriaanse Designs. And so thank you, Lynn, also for providing us with a discount code. And I'm so excited. Julmi Conradi from My Square Hat is our crochet pattern designer for socks. And she's also busy with a new design. So I'm so excited about that. So Julmi, if you hear this later, thank you so very much also for your contribution and your collaboration for both you and Lynn for this make-along as well. It's been a lot of fun. Janine says they need the air. That's Marina. In the Scandinavian countries, they put them out in the icy air and they refresh even quicker. Thanks for the chat, everyone. Have a lovely Saturday further, she says. And Miranda says, thank you for this lovely hour. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, everyone, for joining. I hope you have a super week and enjoy your sock knitting. Have a lovely weekend. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
Trying to find the leave button.
Excellent.